Hi everyone, it's Vanessa and I just wanted to film a short video of books I got at the library because once again I've gone to the library and I've picked up more stuff to add to my huge pile that I do not need to keep adding to, but I can't resist because libraries are free and amazing. So here we go. One thing I forgot to mention in my last video about my March TBR is that I'm also currently reading Pansy by Andrea Gibson. This one was one that I requested at my library and they actually bought for me to add to their collection, which is awesome, and you should take advantage of that. Usually your library has forms that you can fill out so that you can request books that they don't have that you might want, and more often than not they will add it to their collection. This is the second time they've done this. So they've done it for Goldie Vance for me and now they've done it for Pansy. You might be a lucky winner at your library, as I am today. I first heard of this at Crystal Marsh's channel and also because Bree started reading it as well, so it's just kind of going around booktube now. So I picked it up. I thought that all of the themes discussed that Crystal talked about in her video sounded just up my alley. So it goes through feminism, love, gender, sexuality, illness, white privilege, mental health. This book is an anthem of political action, atonement, and introspection. All things that I think we need right now. And I've read like the first two poems. There's one about just dedicated to her dog, which I found really charming, and definitely one that I will pick up in March. I just forgot to mention it in my last video. Alright, so these are all from a brand new library that I went to that's close to my work. It's still part of the library district that my normal branches are at, so it was just fun going through a whole new library and like seeing where they keep their stuff. So I've been talking in my channel about how I've been starting lots of graphic novel series and then never catching up on them. So I saw this and it was actually the volume that I'm on now, so I thought, why don't you pick it up and read it? So I picked up Sex Criminals Volume 2. I read Sex Criminals Volume 1 so long ago. It was probably one of the first graphic novels I'd ever read. That and Saga were like I was reading those at the same time for the first time, and I just have never gone back to it. One thing that I really enjoy in the first volume of Sex Criminals was definitely the humor of it and also the really beautiful colors. I'll see what I think of it. As part of Black History Month, I definitely picked up some stuff, but I did want to pick up more, so when I saw this there and it was such a beautiful copy, brand new, I thought I should pick that up. I picked up Maya Angelou's poems. This one has a lot of them actually. I think it's like her first 4 collections. I've read I think her first collection so far. People say Maya Angelou is easy to get into, and I definitely think some of her poems that is true, but others I've felt like I needed to Google them to kind of get a better grasp of it, and it might also be because her experience is not my experience. I am finding it helpful to look stuff up to make it more of an effective read for me. But I'm finally reading Maya Angelou and I haven't read any of her stuff since probably high school. I've picked up Claudette Colvin, Twice Toward Justice by Hoose. This one I saw at Barnes & Noble so long ago, probably, yeah, it was still when I lived in West Virginia, so that was August when I last saw it. I saw it in the kids section and I was just like, I need to read that. If you don't know who she is, she was Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks was Rosa Parks. She was probably 15 or so. She did not give up her seat on the bus. The NAACP and other leaders of the civil rights movement did not want to use her as the person to, you know, use as kind of like the symbol of the inequality because she was pregnant in her teenage years, so they didn't feel like she fit the mold of like a respectable black woman, so that's why she's not remembered as well as Rosa Parks has been. Still very important to read her story, I believe. I'm excited that this is for children too. It won the National Book Award. It looks like a pretty serious look into her life. It is nonfiction, which I'm also hoping will make it all the better. After reading No Crystal Stair about Louis Michaux, I kind of wished it had just been nonfiction instead of having some novel aspects to it. So this is probably going to be good because it has no novel aspects to it and it's just the real cold hard truth, right? The next thing I picked up was kind of like I was walking around and I saw it and I don't know why, but I just grabbed it. When I first heard about Hamilton, I thought that it was a marvelous idea, especially because I am such a history nerd and that's what I studied in college, so I thought it was wonderful, but I never fell into the hole like so many people fell into the hole, including my friend Amanda and lots of people on BookTube as well, like Haley, who really enjoys Hamilton. So definitely something that I was like, I'm glad that this is a thing. And yeah, I decided I was going to pick this up. So I got the Hamilton, the Revolution, and this is looking into the history of Hamilton, and it has all of the lyrics, and it has little notes about what everything means and why it's there, and it's also just beautiful. I love the way it holds together. It's very light, which I did not expect, but it's the way the paper is. I think that's going to be great because what I'm going to do is I've listened to the soundtrack before, but I'm going to listen to it again, right? And I'm going to listen to it as I am looking through this book too, to see if that adds to it. I don't think I will fall into the Hamilton hole, but I do want to appreciate this just a little bit, just because I know I'm probably never going to go see it live because I'm poor AF. I still want to kind of support Lin-Manuel, Miranda, and I want to support this project and what it means. And last but not least was one thing that I saw at my actual branch that's like nearest to me, but I only saw one copy of it, and I grabbed it, but then I put it back because I was like, am I really gonna get to this? I always feel like I should not take a book to avoid somebody else from maybe stumbling upon it and actually reading it. So I told myself I would just pick it up later. But then I went to this new library that's by my work, and I saw that there were 2 copies there. So I was like, I'm not avoiding any one of this if I take one, right? This one was super buzzed about when it first came out. I think after it came out, it didn't really stay on the same level as it was given by critics before it really went out to the public. But I'm still really interested in the story and this time period that it's set in. That was a whole long story to tell you that I got The Girls by Emma Cline. I am really still wanting to read this and make up my own mind about it, because I think for all the things that others didn't like about it, I think that I might like it, but who knows, I might feel the same way as they did, so we'll see after I actually read it. So that is it for my kind of random book haul from the library close to my work. I didn't really intend for this to be a thing. It was a relaxing and a happy experience, let me tell you. I hope that you enjoyed watching this kind of rambly video, and I shall see you in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye bye.